I think TNC may struggle in the lanes. I think T1's just so good with their early game that they may just kind of snowball. But I'd like to see if TNC can put up a good showing.
You have to use that Thunder Strike to zone out the enemy, to ensure the lane's free for the Raid King. This is a bit of a shakeup for Febby. Most recently, his most comfy pause 5s have all been really sacrificial and healing.
Play hard. Yeah, he's going to go down here, John. Whitemon able to pick up the kill. So you've got your safe lane on off lane going very well. In the mid lane, pretty even right now in terms of CS. So you'd have to argue T1 just well and truly ahead.
And their timings are a little bit faster with that team fight potential as well, as they find another kill. Young God this time falling down, so they're just not doing enough. And I think Savage is going to have a really good time once he gets even just one initial item up. He's going to be good to go.
They're trying to go into Whitemon again. Impel's going to be there, but both of them already so low as Whitemon walks away with the stick charges and now turns right back around. Play hard gets bashed on the last hit. Savage gets another kill.
You know, Razor's finding decent farm, decent levels coming through. Yoa is going to hit level 6 soon. You've got the Thunder Duo at play, but I don't know if they have enough to follow through here.
Well, Whitemon could be in trouble. Link is going to be there. Kinetic Field, way off the mark from Febby. He did not get the glimpse off either, so now the cooking back in. Carl, he lands it onto Yoe and takes him down. Just so darn easy right now, as T1 will go for a bit more. Onto Play Hard, they'll find a double. And Carl's even got a DD rune waiting for him, John.
That's going to take some time for that farm to come in, even though you're against a Void. Again, Savage has had such a free lane that you're so far behind that Wraith King that it's going to be hard to actually get farm.
But they've at least got Whitemon. They'll get the Nightmare off, but a nice pickup there for Xiao Yu.
That arena's not that long of a cooldown, so you can still build, although Savage being dived here.
He is, but he looks like he's going to be just fine as mid lane now. Yoe may get caught out. Cookie, it's going to land there from Zephyr. They've got the Sonic Wave out. The third kill of the game already for Carl. He's sitting at almost level 8 on this Queen of Pain at 8 minutes in, John. Big group up down a bot lane right now. Young God, he's rotated in with the surge up. They're going to try and chase down Whitemon, but he's fine. Get perfect vision with that Observer Ward. Scouts out everything for the side of T1. Just walks right out as top lane. Who have they jumped? It's going to be Febby. You generally leave that position 5 behind in the safe lane. Try to give him that free XP, but it's not going to be so free while Cuckoo and Zephyr are around.
And it's going to be an issue. We talked about level 6 timings for supports. The Disruptor really needs that Static Storm as well. In fact, most of their team fight centers around that Disruptor.
That's a lot of damage. Carl, he'll blink in for it, and he'll pick it up as Playhard is unable to land the stun to try and get something out of this.
And there's always the threat for counterplay now from T1 with a Chrono available. So TNC, they're grouped up as 4. They're dedicating their heroes here. They've got level 6 and Febby. They need to find this fight.
And walk away though, Whitemon, he's going to be there with the Nightmare if necessary, and now the TPs are in from T1. They're ready to force the fight. They've got Chrono up. Savage, he hasn't found it. No, he has. He's got 3 targets in the first Chrono of the game. They'll drop the back wall, but it means absolutely nothing. They just chase them down. Means grip out. They've got the rating. They've got everything they could ask for. Like Savage, he doesn't even go back for Young God. Eventually does. The Wraith King is actually running away, but eventually they will pick him up, at least for the first life. And there's your second now with the spear out from Cuckoo. They'll get another kill onto Young God. And TNC will find nothing for their trouble. Down bot here, TNC, they've smoked up as 3. They really want to try for this tier 1 bot tower. They do find Savage, but they're not within range to get an impale off, so he's fine. Debbie not able to reach for the glimpse back either, but they've got Zephyr. It's something. Right now, you'll take whatever you can get. If you are TNC, Yoe will happily take that kill on the Razor. Oh, meanwhile, he's jumped in. He wants Young God. I mean, Reincarnation's not up. Won't have the backup. Not quite yet. Still in the mid lane. There is some action about to break out as Savage is there. They'll make the jump in onto Xiao Yu. And that'll be a Darkseid kill, I think, as Yoe and Playhard try to help out. But, well, Playhard, he's having a rough game, John. Unfortunately for TNC, they continue to get punished for it. Like, look at this, T1. Smoked up, they found Young God, and
oh no,
Whitemon just bounces his way over the tree line with the Tumbler's Toy. As Febby, he's going to try and turn now, but you've got the Mortimer's Kisses up. They cannot sustain themselves through this amount of damage as Cuckoo comes in, cleans up again. They'll even just leave Playhard. Just leave him be. No need for the Nyx Assassin right now. It's Cuckoo. He'll be chased down. Yoe want to try and find a trade, but Whitemon is going to put him to sleep. Or at least get a vacuum wall off onto the Pos 5 Vayne. But that's about all they've got so far. In fact, Whitemon, he's not dead yet, but does finally go down to Zephyr. He jumps back in. Not sure about that one, but Savage, he's there with the two-man Chrono now. Turn right back around onto Yoe with a big Sonic Wave onto Playhard and the Razor. It's just clean gameplay, John. It's just too clean. TNC hoping that they just find a bit of a straggler for themselves. They try to approach that Radiant jungle high ground, but Zephyr is around to break the smoke. Playhard, he'll be the first one up though with the Vendetta. He hasn't been spotted yet. Baby though has. And we'll just walk right away as Zephyr. He'll break the gap, go in, but the cookie's off the mark. Scatterblast won't land either. Meanwhile, Cuckoo, who are we going for? Young God, he'll jump in. Nightmare's there to save Zephyr. He'll walk right out of there, and now Carl's joined in. They've got Bebby straight off the bat in the Fiend grip. They've already found the Raging Smurf line for Carl. He's dropping low. He'll get his BKB up in time, but then he's out of there. Big Sonic Wave though from the Quap, and now Young God's in trouble. He tried to chase down Carl, but it does not work out. 7k advantage now, and Savage is looking for a bit more. Oh, absolutely, John. I mean, you've got Chrono up, you've got Arena up, you just want to fight. You know how strong you are right now as T1, and there's no reason to back off. TNC, however, I mean, they've got to find a way to defend this mid-tier 1 tower, but I just don't see how you do it as Cuckoo. He's jumped in. They found Yoe straight off the bat, so that's your Razor gone, and now Playhard. Well, he's going to try to run, but well, there's no really running here. Carl, he's on it. Cuckoo will take the kill. And now that mid-tier 1 tower, it's as good as gone. Savage. Yeah, he found Febby, but he'll get the glimpse back. He should be just fine with it, though. You still got that tier 1 mid, no problem.
Young God?
Oh, Young God, no. Fiend's grip is up in 3, John. Whitemon, he's timed this perfectly, but they don't even need it. They don't even need it as Young God. He's going to have absolutely no way out of this. He'll try to armor toggle the best he can. Can he actually make it out? Not quite. Tips out for Febby for some reason from Carl. Not sure what Febby's done wrong here, but Young God is going to drop.
And that's so big. We talked about the Wraith King matchup versus the Void Mike. Like, the key thing is that you force Chrono to be held back because of that second life. So far, it's not a factor at all. They will find Cuckoo at least. Can they find a kill?
Will they though, John? I mean, you've still got Chrono up, you've got Kisses up. I mean, everything's available right now for T1 as the cookie is there on Yoe. They got the Razor, they've got the Chrono again. Savage, no hesitation, just right into it. And why would you hesitate? And quite frankly, John, T1, they don't even need these ultis right now. Just no need to hold them, as they'll go right into the Roshan pit, it seems.
And Savage are all going for very fast BKBs. We talked about this a bit behind the scenes, Mike. You talked about Disruptor. Once BKBs are up, that's Static Storm. Your key control is just gone. Like, you're not going to find Ags in the Pos 5 that quick, especially in a game where you're so far behind. So T1's just ready for it.
They're trying to get anything they can get right now. They'll try to just accept the Whitemon kill, but it's not that easy. Whitemon, he's still alive, just barely, but it seems as though T1 will allow this gift to go the way of TNC. Not interested in trying to force the fight right now. T1 not going to quite find a target in that dire triangle. A bit of a scan out. Won't find anyone with that either. But Cuckoo, he'll run into Playhard. They don't have the detection yet. In fact, Playhard, he's going to try and go in, but Cuckoo, he got the BKB off in time. And we'll just taunt him as he dances around the Nyx Assassin, and they'll easily be able to pick this kill up. No problem here for Carl. Right into the mid-tier 2 tower they go. In fact, Carl, he wants to try and force another fight. He's onto Young God. Sonic Wave trying to push him back, but it's not going to work out. It pushes him up to the high ground instead. Carl, though, he's not done yet. He's into the tier 3 tower. He ends up killing off the Disruptor. Febby gets tipped again, and he TPs up right in front of their eyes. Just no problem for Carl.
Go for the smoke play now. Let's see who they catch.
They've got everything. Apart from that Sonic Wave in the arena, but who cares? You've got the Chrono, you've got the Kisses. That's all you really need. TNC, they are on the low ground right now. This could be a bit of a disastrous position for them, and Savage is going to dump in another great Chrono. He found 2 primary targets and the Kisses. They are going to go right in for free. Already found the first life, and now Yoe. He's been caught out by Whitemon. He'll try to run with his BKB up at Savage, and Carl will just chase him down to the ends of the earth. Eventually, he will drop as they continue now. The arena is back up. Zephyr, he does finally hit them going down. Young God, in the meantime, is somehow still alive. In fact, they found the Aegis on Savage, but it won't matter. He'll respawn up, no problem, as Young God does finally drop him the second time. And Playhard, oh, he just fought back. Will be surged away by Zhao Yu. You've already got one on Savage and Carl, so it's a matter of who you want to give it to, but Cuckoo might take it himself. In fact,
still holding on as long as possible. Their high ground defense is strong. Again, if you get a good vac wall and static storm on top, you can play. But I think that's going to be their best angle here. Just play high ground.
Oh, Febby. Oh, Febby. Oh, he ends up going down there to Carl. He tried to go for the Glimpse back, but the Lincoln Spear was already up. He just gets blown up immediately by Carl, as now a big smoke is there. T1, who have they found? Yoey, he gets caught out right in the BKB. They cannot stop Savage in this chrono. He'll go after Play Hard, but now the Fiend's Grip is up in the arena. Will also be dropped here by T1. Yoey just gets blown apart as they even found Xiao Yu. Young God, he's the only man left, but it's not looking great for him. He'll try to get underneath those C4 towers, but they're not safe either. Savage, he's happy to fight. Carl? Carl's blinked in. Static Storm's been dropped, but he's got the BKB up. He's just manning up here. He'll blink right back away, but now Savage is back in, but he rewinds again. There are 2 outer towers left. But getting that mid-racks is a pretty tough, great start if you ask me. As Cuckoo will try to throw a cheeky spear onto the Ancient, but won't quite get it. Savage, he'll threaten, but again, no chrono up. Gonna spot out Carl, but it's not that easy of a target to take down, especially with that BKB up. In fact, now Play Hard, he's the only man down that bot lane anyway. Everyone's left. Does he want to cancel TP? Yeah, he will. He'll get the cancellation off. Carl, he'll try to turn now, but should not have enough. And he won't. But top lane, johnxfire has rotated onto Young God with the Scatter Blast. It's off the mark. Savage, he'll still move in. They've got the chrono up if they need it. But they probably won't, considering how much damage Savage is doing right now. In fact, now the spear round does catch the Disruptor Febby. He's just going to die to the Mortimer's Kisses. And now they've got the Wraith King trapped up in the Fiend's Grip through the BKB out. Young God is gone. Yoey, he shows up with Savage. He gets another great chrono. Onto 2 heroes into the arena of Cuckoo. It's just clinical. It is an absolute clinic here as Xiao Yu gets a big vacuum off, but the GG's been called. They have seen enough. And T1, they clean up game number 1 against TNC Predator. And I'll tell you what, John, wasn't even close.
It really wasn't. T1 just played a masterclass game.
Cuckoo does begin to get very aggressive with the Whirling Death. It's one of those things, you leave Young God alone, he is not going to be able to sustain himself in this lane. Especially while Cuckoo is at level 4 now. In the meantime, though, top lane, they've made the jump in onto the Io now, so Febby is going to be in trouble, does immediately go down. Xiao Yu, he is at least going to try and trade here with Zephyr, but it's not looking great for him. He'll have to go for a run, does try with the swashbuckle, but in the end, Zephyr's fine. In fact, they'll keep up the chase now with the Cursed Crown out. Xiao Yu, he doesn't really have a great way out. But try to walk into that T1 tower, but the chase is going to continue as now the Brambles does lock him down. He'll try to eat a Fairy Fire. Whitemon, how far do you want to go? Not far enough for the Ignite. Will be more than enough for the Ogre. No problem here for T1. Still a 1-2 right now. Very slight net worth lead for T1, but nothing to write home about. You see Yoey just continuing to persistently hit that tier 1 mid, but top lane, Xiao Yu going to be in a bit of danger as the swashbuckle is away, but Savage is on the chase, and now the Brambles will lock him down. Xiao Yu, again, between a rock and a hard place, is not going to be able to get himself out. In the meantime, though, mid lane again, they'll make the jump in onto Carl, but he's going to survive. In fact, now Cuckoo, he does rotate in a nice arena. Carl's right on target, and Cuckoo, he'll just shred through the DK. No issues here at all. They trust Cuckoo to get the job done. Tips out from Carl, and you look back at that mid lane, Yoey, he started again. That mid tier 1, getting very unhealthy now. Cuckoo, he'll be forced to rotate as Yoey tries to move back in. They do get the stun off. Rolling Thunder's going to be there. They'll commit onto Carl. They've got the Rolling Thunder. They've got the stun drop, but can they get the kill? Carl, he is still alive. He finally gets the arena down just in the nick of time. And Febby now, he's trapped up with Yoey. Yoey, he might just run away and leave the Io to die, but he is so darn low at the moment as Febby's gone, and now the Chakram just barely landing from Cuckoo. They'll move on to Xiao Yu. Tips out from the grave from Carl. And nothing works out here. For TNC, they are just trying to get themselves out. But Savage is joined on that Morphling. They'll go after the Pango, they'll secure the kill. The Young God, he is trying to at least get a support for their trouble, but he's not even going to find that as Play Hard. Will be another one to drop. Young God, I mean, all he can do is hit them a few times.
Control of their top jungle, control of bot lane. They can farm anywhere and not get punished. It's just very readable what TNC is doing, committing so heavily on mid. They need to kind of change things up. Buy some space out for Young God, try to get the life steal to at least hit the armlet timing. They are trying, but they're forcing out a lot of spells down bot here.
And bot lane, Zephyr, he's already got the rage out, and now the arena is there. Carl, he's found another great target into the bedlam, and there's just not enough heals in the world to allow Febby to keep his cause alive. As Carl, he's feeling like he's in a great mood today, John. He's just tipping absolutely everyone. Another kill out for the Mars. Kind of surprised that he's actually managed to get to 5.5k net worth, considering how much pressure Cuckoo has been applying. But I suppose when you compare that to 23 Savage, who's at 7.3k net worth, I suppose it doesn't really compare. As mid lane, they found Xiao Yu. Xiao Yu, he's got Swash up in 2. He might make it out of this, but the Curse Crown's going to be there. He'll commit the Swash. He'll try to Rolling Thunder away, but the Spear is there from Carl. They will allow nothing for Xiao Yu. Top lane. Yowie and play hard. They're going to try and make the jump in onto Savage. That'll be a massive pickoff. They've even got the relocates. They've got a great pickoff for themselves, but now Cuckoo, he'll just come in with the chakra mount, just chasing down Yowie, but he needs some help, and the help is incoming. Play hard. He'll be focused down now on the Grimstrip, but the relocate away is there, but however, they left the DK. Yowie's in trouble. He's been completely left alone. They saved the Grimstroke, John, but I'm not sure it's worth the trade.
They saved more than the Grimstroke. There was an infest coming through from Young God, so it's a double retreat, and that does make it worthwhile. But look at Carl, maybe a bit deep here.
Maybe. He's a pretty tanky boy at the moment, but he's been slowed up so darn hard. But the problem is Cuckoo's rotated again. They'll drop the arena. They might find Febby, but Cuckoo now, he's taking a lot of damage. Young God, he needs the gold desperately, and he'll get it. You just see his net worth shoot up, John. Second in net worth now, only about 700 gold behind Savage, but Savage has jumped in. He'll go for an easy kill onto Febby. We'll have to leave Young God alone.
We saw that net worth skyrocket for Young God with those kills. T1 still hold a 2k lead, but your life stealer's not lagging too far behind. So we're seeing some keys for TNC. The blink up on Yoba does allow them to initiate as well.
Oh, nice ward top lane is going to give the vision out onto the support, so Whitemon might just drop, or maybe not. No, he does. They barely get enough damage off as the Terrorize was off the mark. And now Yowie and Xiao Yu can get to work onto that top tier 1 tower. On lane in the meantime, Savage, well, he's going to get jumped here by Young God. He's going to take a lot of damage, but Xiao Yu's coming in from the side with the Rolling Thunder. Wait for him away, Savage. How do you get out of this one? He'll rage with the life steal, but the damage with the right clicks is going to be enough. Morphling has gone too far. Just way too confident there from Savage. Young God does eventually get the kill going. Top lane, however, Yowie, he is going to end up going down on the DK, but now the relocate. Young God is there once again with the IO. They'll make the jump in onto Carl. Carl, how do you survive this one? He'll try to go for the arena spear, but nothing connects. He tries to run out now, but you've got the infest. Not quite enough damage though. Carl does armor toggle and get himself out. Still though, great kills across the map here for TNC.
Finding the isolation, they're picking them off one by one almost in a row.
Yeah, Zephyr now in trouble. He got stunned up by the Inkswell of Play Hard. And Young God, he'll pick up another kill. In fact, Play Hard will take it this time.
They've got the Lincolns to protect on Savage now. But I think you need to scale more in that Tim, because he's feeling a bit squishy once the numbers are there.
Yeah, absolutely, John. We're going to find out how squishy right now. They make the jump in again. Yowe's there with the Dragon Tower into the Rolling Thunder, but he'll use up and try to survive throughout all this. But they've got so much control. Cuckoo, he'll actually keep in with the chains out, and it looks like he might just make it. Oh, Cuckoo. The confidence to go for the chain TP, and the immediate tip out onto Xiao Yu. TNC right on their tails, but not quite close enough to break a smoke. They'll just kind of trade places here between each other. Xiao Yu looking to move up to that high ground. Savage, he's around. Whitemon, he'll break the smoke. Infest immediately out onto the Pango. Cuckoo just kind of baiting with the chains in as now they jump in. Xiao Yu forces the BKB out from Carlin. No, Yowie, he's been caught out immediately. They don't want it to die like this, but he's gone. Just so darn quick, but they'll try and turn onto Savage with the Mayan control out from that Rolling Thunder from Xiao Yu, but nobody's dying. Absolutely nobody going down here from T1 as now they get the spear out. Savage, he'll keep chasing down Febby and Young God. They'll go towards the south. They want the bigger target, but towards the north, they've got Xiao Yu. That'll be your Pango gone. In fact, Young God, he'll try for the Rage TP out. He's going to make it.
They could try to be sneaky, but I think without your DK in the area, you can't really go for the steal, and it's going to be the first rush going the way of T1.
Force out the roller. To be about it, but they'll chase down the others. Yoe trying to run away. He's going to be just fine. Or is he? Gazephin now. He's going to find Febby on the IO. Terrorize is going to be completely whipped as Febby. He'll try for the TP up at Cuckoo. He's got the Yule Scepter. So I mean, Febby will be left behind on the IO. Another nice solid kill here for T1 as even top lane Carl is looking at Young God. You just need a spear to land before that rage does come out, and Young God, he has no idea of the spear. It does come in. Savage, he'll join in as well. Young God, he'll rage up. He'll need a TP ASAP. The right click damage is looking pretty damn high in Savage. He'll be able to get it off in time. Young God just barely unable to get out with his life intact.
He managed to bail out in time, but the map is still under control of T1. TNC don't have much leverage to really leave the protection of these tier 2s at this point. Their bot jungle is warded up, their triangle is just taken control by T1, and now their mid tier 2 is going to be pressured. They need to fight against this.
Oh, they're going to try and force a fight right now onto that Willow, and they've got him. Zephyr immediately down as now Savage will rage up initially with that lifestealer form, goes back in onto Young God. The rage is there, Young God, but now he's fine. In the meantime, towards the south, Cuckoo dropping very low on that timber, still dropping low, needs a way out, but will chain towards the north. There's now Young God. He needs his own way out. He'll barely get the infest off onto Yoa, and Savage is still playing with his HP. But Carl, he's been left behind on that mask, but it won't matter. He's a tanky target himself. He'll get down Xiao Yu as Young God continues the chase, but can't get the job done. Back in on the Cuckoo. They are still trying to kill this Timbersaw off, but he has the Yule Scepter available. Dukes out the stun, but eventually does end up going down. Now T1, not feeling too confident to stick around, will have to leave Whitemon behind. And I'd say that's a pretty successful team fight from TNC. Cuckoo will kind of reveal he's smoked up though. He won. They may not be able to... Oh, Young God. Don't go for that creep wave, sir. This could be very, very dangerous, but the smoke has broken now on Cuckoo. Oh. Look around. Febby is going to get caught out, or does he? Spear, not going to land yet, but there it is. The IO automatically gone as Young God is now chased down here by Savage. Yoe, he's going to try and jump in. In fact, Xiao Yu's there and Febby's brought back. They will go for the team fight, and they will at least find 2 supports for their trouble. So you kill Febby, you force the fire back, but they get 2 supports anyway. In fact, they're going for more now. Savage has been caught out. He'll try to rage and walk away, but Cuckoo, he'll jump in. They're going to try and force the fight. Savage immediately gets the die back onto Febby. Xiao Yu now, very, very low, but should be just fine as Young God. He'll try to go back in. We are aiming. It is going to be Carl on that Mars. But Carl, he'll get the spear off. Still armor toggling, still trying to survive. Just barely alive, in fact. As now he's still getting out of there, Carl. How do you not die throughout all this? Young God finally takes him down. But it does cost them quite a bit. These armor toggles from Carl's been a real problem here for TNC. That is going to make it to T1. Are playing a little bit more cautiously, but they are going to go for the smoke.
Got the vision as well on the high ground, so they could look for the angle on the approach.
That's down onto Yoe, Savage. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage on Play Hard. He's immediately gone. Now Febby, don't forget, he bought back earlier, so he will get the relocate out. There's no chance of survival as Savage now does have the Daedalus up. And I think it's back to the Roshan pit for our Morphling. As Febby, well, eventually he was going to die. No chance of survival. Roshan will go the way of T1.
Yeah, no contestation coming through. Your biggest play was really just getting all 5 heroes in with a relocate, with a blink up.
Being aggressive, Carl can make the jump in for the arena. Yeah, what enough time for that Black Dragon to be up now for Yoe. Cuckoo, well, frontlining, he's going to get stunned up, and there's your Rolling Thunder to come in and just kind of back him up. Cuckoo, he's dropping very fast right now, and nobody's there to help him out. They've got the timber down. It is 4v5 after all, so I suppose there's never been a better time. They are going to find nothing, at least for now.
That was an awkward play. They smoke out, they drop the ward under its sentry obs. So T1 immediately knows there's a smoke play, and they hold the high ground here in the bot jungle.
Be very, very bad times here for TNC as Play Hard gonna have his smoke broken. Xiao Yu thinking about the Rolling Thunder, but he's been silenced up. Does to make the jump in onto Savage. He is not strength morphing at the moment, but it won't matter. He is still alive, as Xiao Yu's the one to drop. The Cursed Crown now is going to be out onto Young God, who has no range available, so Savage, he'll get right to work. That'll be Young God
Febby.
gone. That'll be Febby gone. Savage, he just plays to the edge with this HP. He had the Aegis up the whole time anyway. It'll be an easy racks to be taken down as, of course, TNC, they will not try and force a defense. But now the T4s are going to come out. Savage, he wants a Young God buyback, but there isn't one available. So he's going to know to just go right after that Ancient. There's not really much to be afraid of here for the small fling as they make the jump in. Yoe, it's going to be all right for now, but Xiao Yu, he'll rolling thunder away. Savage, he's just trying to focus down the Ancient. They've at least got the Ancient, the Aegis gone. They're onto that Dragon Knight now. It's just such a long stun duration. He cannot move, and Yoe, he's gone. He'll buy back. He'll try. With Young God up now, they might be able to fight back. Factorina is down. They've got Xiao Yu again on the Pango. Infest to try and save, relocate out. They've managed to save Xiao Yu's life, but can they save Yoe? Not quite. It's a dieback immediately into GG's called. They are fountain diving them in this game number 2. T1. It was a much closer matchup, John, but I'd still say a very confident victory here for T1 as TNC. It does seem like they are improving game by game, but a pretty tough matchup against T1.